Morning, Ralph. Morning, Sam.
Hey there, welcome back to Morning Sam, Morning Ralph. Today I'm diving into something that's shaking up the tech world, China's open source AI model, DeepSeek R1. DeepSeek R1, geez, even the name sounds like it was AI generated. Why does it matter to restaurant space? And how could it completely change the way restaurants use technology? Well, let's break it down a little bit, shall we? DeepSeek R1 is an open source AI model out of China, right? And it's making waves for two big reasons. Number one, it performs on par with top tier AI models like OpenAI's ChatGPT-4. But it was also built for a fraction of the cost, like under $6 million, using really kind of like low end hardware. Think of it as like building a Ferrari in your garage using spare Chevy parts, right? It's kind of mind-boggling. It's fast, it's efficient, and it's really kind of changing the game entirely, because if you're making a Ferrari out of Chevy parts, well, then what's that going to do to the price of Ferraris, right? Why should restaurants really pay attention to this? Well, I think that advanced AI has been out of reach for a lot of smaller restaurants, right? Most solutions require expensive subscriptions or really heavy cloud infrastructure. But with AI like DeepSeek R1, we're looking at a powerful capabilities that can run on something as simple as a laptop. That opens the door for really affordable innovation in the restaurant space. And so here's how. First, it's a huge opportunity for cost-effective AI implementation. With smaller models like DeepSeek, restaurants can adopt AI tools, to create personalized menu recommendations for customers, right? Optimize loyalty programs to keep people coming back. Even run AI chatbots or voice assistants for orders or reservations, right? So it's kind of like leveling the playing field. It also, by leveling the playing field, because smaller restaurants and independent operators who might not have had the budget for big tech solutions can now access AI-driven tools for operations like demand forecasting to plan staffing and inventory, reducing food waste through smarter inventory management, and even things like menu optimization, based on local trends. So the idea here is that this is an on-device AI, because it's not necessarily just cloud-based, right? AI can now run locally, like on your own hardware. That means no need for constant internet access or expensive cloud services. Restaurants could actually embed AI directly into POS systems, kitchen appliances, even smart home style types of hubs. So not only does it cut costs, but it also keeps sensitive customer data private, right? If all of these things is local. It's kind of counterintuitive. We've always been talking now for years about the cloud. Well, if we keep it local, there's actually some good things about that from a privacy perspective. So what are some of the challenges, we need to look out for? Well, it's not all perfect. Smaller AI models like DeepSeek do have trade-offs. They're not as specialized as larger models, which means they can sometimes produce errors or what's called hallucinations, right? And because these smaller models are trained on outputs from larger ones, any biases or inaccuracies trickle down from those larger ones. So they're cost effective. Restaurants still need to ensure they're using reliable versions for critical tasks. So there's an impact too on restaurant tech vendors. Restaurant tech providers like those that create POS systems, for example, or kiosks or scheduling software, or almost anything nowadays, they need to pay attention to this too, because to stay competitive, vendors will have to integrate those cost-effective open source AI solutions. And the businesses that can adapt quickly could offer more affordable, innovative tools. And that can gain a tremendous edge in the market. So the bigger picture for restaurants, I think like the rise of AI models like DeepSeek also signals a bigger shift toward democratized AI. Imagine having like personalized tools that are tailored specifically to your restaurant. For example, AI is running in-house to handle multilingual orders or localized menu suggestions based on regional preferences. It's kind of a little foggy to see what the big picture is going to be, but I think I like the privacy aspect of it, privacy first solutions. If we can take something like DeepSeek and run it locally, that's now yours for all intents and purposes. So, my final thoughts: DeepSeek right now might not be perfect, but it's really kind of a glimpse into the future. I mean, it's cheaper, it's more accessible, it's potentially local. And if you're in the restaurant tech space, this is a moment where you have to ask, uh, how can we use this shift to better serve our customers? Streamline those operations, stay ahead of the competition. So anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts. This is big news, I think, for everyone. Took everybody by surprise a little bit. Turns out you can spend a fraction of that and run it on cheap hardware. I don't know, who knew? I think it's pretty wild, the fact that AI has just become accessible for a lot more restaurants. So hope to see you next time.